You know those awesome trainer gallery cards that keep coming out this year? Looks like we're going to get a whole bunch more of them thanks to Japan's newest Pokemon card set, VSTAR Universe, which we've known a little bit about for some time now, but we've just gotten our first bit of official information. It's literally just dropped tonight, and we've gotten our first look at some of the cards in it. So as far as I'm concerned, this looks like the same format as VMAX Climax. We're looking at 172 cards in the set, which is just a little bit less than VMAX Climax, and a 5,500 yen price tag for a booster box with 10 packs inside and 10 cards in each pack. It's coming out on the 2nd of December because it's a high class pack. Subscribers to this channel would be familiar with that term, but basically it's Japan's holiday set. It's a celebration of all the really cool cards that have come out over the year, and it's designed to put cards back into players' hands. So this features a lot of staples, a lot of reprints that collectors aren't too interested in, but players really want to get their hands on. Collectors and players are more interested in the new cards that have been revealed. The first being the Manaphy. This is what they're calling an AR, an art rare. And that's because it kind of looks like a character rare, but it isn't. You'll notice there's no trainer on it. And that's because I think the theme for this set is going to be Pokemon together. That's why you've got Pukumuku, there's a Wimpod in the corner, Wishiwashi there, Pick-a-Peck, the Bruxish. There are a lot of Pokemon on this card. It is phenomenal. It's by Taira Akitsu, and I'm looking forward to getting more cards like this. Following that same theme of Pokemon together, living together, playing together, you've got Mew, and this is fantastic. This reminds me of that Mew from Evolutions, but we've got a few more Pokemon. You've got Nidoran, there's an Arascuda there, Squovert, Ponyta, Cramorant, Rookie D. Like, there's so much detail in this. It's so cool. I kind of like them a little bit more than character rares. I guess it's a little bit refreshing to see the same kind of theme mixed up. And that's what I like about Pokemon this year. They haven't really regressed. They've brought features in, and then they've kept them, and then they've improved on them. And that's what you want to see from a TCG. This one's by Rota Murayama, who's drawn a lot of cards for this Sword Shield block. The next up is the Diancie. This is by Haruko Ichikawa, who is a new artist for Pokemon, but they are a well-established mangaka. They have drawn the manga Land of the Lustrous, which I haven't read, but apparently it's pretty good. They also designed Chairman Rose and Oleana from Sword and Shield. So Haruko Ichikawa has a bit of experience under their belt. And there's not a whole lot of Pokemon on this one, which is fine. I'm not the biggest fan of Diancie, but you don't have to be to appreciate cards like this, that they just jump out at you. And I'm interested to see what the holo is going to look like on this. I feel like it's going to look like the character rare holo. This is an example of a card that could look really nice if we get a different type of holo for this set. Following that theme with the Diancie card, you've got Absol on their own. This one is illustrated by Uta. It's a little bit more plain. It's a little bit more calm. It kind of reminds me of Breath of the Wild. It actually reminds me of that Zacian card that was illustrated by Takumi Wada that isn't going to be a real card, but very well could be. I wouldn't have minded maybe seeing this card in this set, but it's not meant to be. And then you jump back to that togetherness theme with the Hisuian Goodra, and you've got all the Starly around them. I don't know if Goodra is sick or upset, but it's kind of cute. They're bringing him some flowers and some berries. There's even a Wurmple there in the corner. Can you tell I like this togetherness theme? I want to see more cards like this. Please let there be more like this. I guess out of all the single Pokemon cards, I like this one the most. It is kind of jarring, the Altaria, on their own with the whole Nuigurumi like knitted setting in Japanese. It is a little bit jarring to see them just staring at you, and it's kind of a bit odd how you've got like the full frame knitted setting diorama, but it's growing on me. The more I look at it, the more I like it. This one's by Asaga Ito. So this is card 194, and it's a dragon type. If we just theorize on how many of these AR cards are going to be in the set, dragon typing is usually second last, I believe, with normal typing being the last type before the next tier of rarity starts. So 194, there's probably maybe 3, 4, 5 more AR cards before it moves on to the SAR, which is the next type of rarity. So maybe 20 to 26 ARs, and then a few more of these new cards, the SAR cards. I've kept you waiting. These are the special art rares. And this is a card that kind of got leaked a little bit early. It is the Mewtwo VSTAR fighting against Charizard. There's so much happening. Like, you kind of just gotta tell me to shut up and just let that sink in. Just soak it all up. It's by Gosan, who is a fantastic artist. If you go and check out maybe my Battle Region video or my Lost Abyss opening, I spoke about Gosan at length. They are incredible. They started at the end of last year with VMAX Climax, and they've just been dominating in the TCG ever since. So this is fantastic. I love it. It's just the sense of scale perspective. I'm so glad we finally get to see this card in high res. And then you've got the SAR Charizard VSTAR, and it is the same setting, but this time from Charizard's perspective. And this is the one that's in the Charizard UPC, so we've seen this in full detail already. It's by Kyotaka Oshiyama, a man who has just a wealth of experience in the anime industry. Most recently, he's worked on Chainsaw Man for the demon design. This is phenomenal. Like, you can definitely tell that this dude knows how to just set the scene, create scope, scale, everything. What more can I say? Just put the video on mute and look at the card. But if you thought this was cool, well, we did get two more actually, SAR cards revealed. Yeah, have a look at this. This is by Shia Nanahara, and no words. I can't even, what am I going to say that's going to explain this card any more than just looking at it? It is incredible. It looks like an oil painting. It looks like speechless. Like, I am actually just speechless looking at this. Pokemon card art has just gotten better and better and better over the last 2-3 years, and we're literally peaking right now. Shia Nanahara is a fantastic digital artist. If you go and check them out over at Twitter, or just even Google their name, you're gonna see the kind of style they have. It's kind of dark. It's very it's almost like sepia tone for most of the illustrations. It's very gray and dry. It feels drab, but man, the way that they draw and look at this, I'm gushing. I can't help but gush over this card. And then you're going to have to forgive me because I'm going to go full fanboy. I'm going to fully gush here. Shibuzoh is back. One of my favorite artists gets another go at a special art-esque card. The Hisuian Samurott VSTAR. This is incredible. Like, the sense of scale, fear that you can feel looking at the Snorunt, because you know the Snorunt knows it's about to go down. You know it's about to go down. It's so dark and brooding. The symmetry is perfect. I love Shibuzoh and their ability to just use symmetry so well with Pokemon cards. You got the moon reflecting, whether that's in a puddle, the river, whatever. Like, there is just so many layers to this card. It almost looks like there's evil spirits coming out of the ground, whatever this aura is emanating from the Samurott. The thing that I like about these SAR cards is that no matter what card you get, out of these 4, you're going to feel like you're having a good time. And that's what makes these high class packs so much fun to open. Way more fun than the regular sets, the expansions, even the special expansions that have the character rares. While they're fantastic, sometimes they just feel a little bit lacking with that last big one box hit. High class packs and VSTAR Universe solves that problem entirely. So just having a look at the energy types and the card numbering, because this is kind of interesting. This is a normal type, Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR, and it's card 234. So I feel like this set's going to be a little bit smaller than VMAX Climax, where VMAX Climax had its last Pokemon CSR. A lot of technical terms here, so just go watch some of the older videos to get up to speed. But CSRs were the hit from VMAX Climax. They usually finished at about the 245, 250 mark. So after that, you would see a whole bunch of trainers and then maybe some gold cards. We know, based on the Charizard UPC, that we're going to have at least some VMAX and just V SARs in this set. I think that's a given. It's technically speculation because it hasn't been fully revealed, but safe to say. But with Hisuian Zoroark being a normal type and the last card there being 234 for it, yeah, it's going to be a smaller set than VMAX Climax, which is fine. VMAX Climax was a big set. Float isn't a good thing. And if it's quality over quantity, I'm all for that. I'm going to take that any day of the week. We didn't get any trainers revealed, but I'm assuming we're going to get some. And we didn't get any indication on what the box hit rates are going to be like. That's a question that I've seen asked a lot at the moment. All we can do is speculate and say, based on VMAX Climax, we're looking at 3 ARs per box. So 3 cards like this per box. I think it's safe to make that bet. And then one of these SARs as well. Whether it's a V, VMAX, or VSTAR, I think you're going to get one of these as well. And if you're lucky, probably a full art trainer on top of the SAR. Like I said, I think they're just going to mimic VMAX Climax. It makes sense because that was such a winning formula. It performed well in Japan and it resonated with international collectors. It was a worldwide hit. Why not just repeat the same thing that was working and made everybody so happy? Are God packs going to be back? That's the question on everybody's mind. I did see a couple of tweets speculating about it from Japan. I think it's safe to say God packs are going to come back again. They were fantastic. They made opening boxes more fun. They added that extra mechanic of, oh, I'll just get one more box. At the end of the day, Pokemon just want to sell Pokemon cards. Why not make it more exciting for collectors and just put that extra incentive in to just buy another box, because we're all degen addicts at the end of the day. How cool is the pack art, by the way? I'd like to see that as just a card on its own. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Check me out at Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and join our Discord. Until then, peace out. Thanks so much for watching.